In this video, I teach how to build an AI agent through WhatsApp and how you can too. Roll the intro. Okay, so in this video, there's going to be 3 parts. The first being the ingredients and the demo, the second being the tutorial, and the third being the wrap up and value. Let's get into it. So the first part, ingredients. What do you need to build this AI agent? You are going to need Relevance AI, Airtable, Agentive Hub, and a number that's not attached to WhatsApp yet. Let's get into it. Let's do a demo. I got my phone here. Let me just chuck this demo up on the screen. Nice. So basically what we're going to be doing here is a demo and explaining why I did what I did. I pretended to do this for a restaurant called Yamas Greek Eatery, a restaurant I used to work at. Okay, so I would open up WhatsApp. Here it is, the Yamas AI agent. You can see that I have some past messages, but you're going to start the conversation. Can I make a reservation? Absolutely. I can assist you with making a reservation at Yamas. Give me the following information. My name is Jimmy. I want a reservation for 6 people at 5:30 on Thursday. You can get back to me at blah, 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 blah. Cool. So it just made a reservation for me. On the back end, the restaurant would have this information and could call, ask, hey, do you want anything else for your reservation? Can we make this better for you? Tell me about Yamas. Yamas Greek Eatery is a dining establishment known for its authentic Greek cuisine. Okay, you get the picture. Part 2. So here we are, we're in Airtable. You can see the fields that are required: name, time, phone, and number of people. I've set this up in Airtable and I'll teach you how to do it. Basically, you would go to Airtable, make an account if you don't have one already, and then go to your bases, and then you can make a base. Go to workspaces and add one, and you can name it something, create it, build from scratch, and completely customize the fields in this Airtable. Once you have that figured out, you're going to want to go to your Builder Hub. So you go to Builder Hub, and there's 2 things you want to do. You want to first get a personal access token. We're going to use that later. So you create the token and name it. And then you put in data records read, data records, and schema. Then you're going to add the base that you had. Here was the new one that we made. And we create the token. Copy that and we save it somewhere. So we would go into notes or something and put that over there. We're going to use that later when we make a tool. We've used Relevance in other videos, but you're going to go to Relevance. If you don't have one already, make one. When you go to Relevance AI, log in. And then you're going to go to the tool section, make a new tool, build it from scratch, and name it whatever you want. Then you're going to want to add a description. Okay. Then you're going to add all of the fields that you want. Remember, it can be completely up to you what you want. The use cases are almost unlimited. So name for res, right? And then continue with all the ones that you want. Date of res. And with API, you're going to want it to be a post. And then for the URL, go back to Builder Hub and go to Developer Docs and Web API. And the first page here in the guide, you can go to the one I just made, then go to Table 1 or whatever you've named it. And you can see when you get to create records, this is the URL code right here. So you're going to take everything from HTTP to the very last point here, go back to Relevance, and chuck it in as your endpoint for the URL here. Now for header, you're going to have it say authorization, word bearer, and a space. then grab your API key and put it in there. So it's bearer space, and then the API key. And then the second header is like from the last one, content type and application JSON. So you chuck that in there. So when you're finished, it should look like this. You've got all of the keys, and then you can go in and test the tool. It only wants a number for that. 780 person reservation. Nuts. Right? So when we put in fields to here, it'd be like Friday at 6, right? Then you can go to run tool. This one that we just ran works. Once it works from relevance to Airtable, then you can make a schema. A schema is like, the tool is completed and it works for Airtable. Now the idea is, let's give a schema to Agentive Hub. Hey, just basically, you go to agentivehub.com and you're gonna have to log in. Once you do, you are gonna go to create new agent. The agents here need 3 things: prompt, knowledge, and tools. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is build the prompt out. In Markdown, where you have the hashtags here, you go under role and you can see you are acting as a WhatsApp reservation assistant agent for Yamas Greek Eatery. The core purpose is to represent Yamas professionally. Your responsibilities are to answer questions, and you have this one tool, the Reservation Airtable tool. Use this relevance tool when the user wants to make a reservation. Then you're going to go into tools here, and that's when you're going to go into create new tool. When you see open API schema, that's when you're going to go back to relevance, and you're going to go to the tools section, and you're going to go to custom GPTs and choose the tool that you want. You can actually do multiple in the same schema, generate an API key, save it safely somewhere. Generate OpenAI schema. This is what allows your agent to understand how the tool works, what it needs for inputs, and when to use it. Copy that over, and then chuck it into here. Then once it's created, you go to edit auth. That's when you chuck in your API key from relevance that we had over here. Copy that in, put it here, and go to custom and type in authorization for the custom head name. For the knowledge base, you can add whatever you want here. I made a PDF with a lot of information, including the entire menu, and now the agent has access to that. If you're doing it for a different use case or a different restaurant, take their menu and information and make a knowledge base for that. And these can be huge files with large amounts of data.
Really take advantage of the knowledge base section. So we've gone over prompt, knowledge, tools. Then you're going to go to deploy. So now that you have your prompt, knowledge base, and tools set up, you're going to go to deploy, and we are choosing to use WhatsApp. Go into connect WhatsApp, and it's going to open up a Meta account here. Genive Hub is great because of how easy it is to do WhatsApp integration. So once you get to this point, go all the way through the process. There's 5 steps, and you'll be able to connect it. If you can't, then just look up tutorials because they exist out there. So then the next thing you would do is go to your phone and test it.
Part 3. What's the value of it and what are my thoughts? This agent would allow restaurants to take in information for reservations and use that number to contact back those people. You could even allow people to cancel their reservations if they change their mind. The reason why 24/7 is so key is that it's 24/7. 3 a.m. someone can make a reservation if there's a rush in the restaurant and the workers need to be doing something else. That's really key. You can't be taking reservations over the phone when there's a rush. You're better spent cooking the food and serving the food to the customers, right? If you have questions about AI agents or want to learn more, just shoot me a message and we can talk.